And now to a News 4 exclusive. A discovery we made during our coverage of an alleged bar bathroom rape has one lawmaker proposing a major safety change. The victim told police she was attacked when she went into the ladies' room of a bar on East 27th Street. The man accused of raping her is a homeless sex offender who lives just 3 blocks away. And now here is the new wrinkle, and it's a stunner. Just 1 block from where that suspect and dozens more sex offenders are housed is a school. How is this possible? The I-Team's Jonathan Vigliotti is in Kips Bay to break it all down for us. Jonathan?
And good evening to you, Chuck. The laws that govern where sex offenders can live is, quite frankly, very complicated and confusing, specifically when you're considering how far away they are allowed to live from children. Right now, the law requires them to live further than 1,000 feet. The complication and the confusion here comes when you try to measure that distance and how that distance is measured and who is responsible for maintaining and regulating it. The 30th Street Men's Shelter is around the block from the Tony Churchill Private School and seemingly violates the state's 1,000-foot mandate that prohibits sex offenders from living here. Yet the I-Team found the names of over 12 of the state's worst sex offenders who have at one point called this place home while out on parole.
I don't think it's safe for anybody to be around those guys.
Residents of the shelter confirm what has school parents understandably alarmed. Lawmakers say this security breach boils down to one thing: where measurements begin and end.
When I learned that there were double-digit sex offenders in this one shelter, it is shocking.
It's supposed to be the property line according to state law, but Senator Tony Avella says it appears the shelter was measured door to door, which adds just enough feet to keep predators on this block. It's unclear what state agency is tasked with measuring the distance. The I-Team spent all day speaking with state and local officials who either didn't know or who passed the buck. Avella says he will introduce legislation that brings clarification and ownership.
Because right now there seems to be some confusion, whether it's the City Department of Homeless Services or Department of Correction, the state at the state level. And where do you look for the measurement? Do you measure it door to door? Do you look on Google, Acris, online?
The men's shelter first came under scrutiny earlier this week after resident Rodney Stover, a convicted sex offender, allegedly raped a woman at a neighborhood bar. The State Department of Corrections is tasked with placing and monitoring paroled sex offenders. They did not have official comment. Sex offender advocates say many city shelters would be impacted if the law did change, but lawmakers say they worry more about future victims.
I'd rather err on the children and the people who could be, molested by these individuals.
And because of our findings, Senator Avella says he is drafting that legislation. He is expected to introduce it sometime next week. We're in Manhattan. Jonathan Vigliotti, News 4 New York.